Let's get into Ja Morant. Now what is it? The Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals are going on, but all that we hear is Ja Morant, who is in neither of those games. Over the weekend, a video of Morant briefly holding a weapon during an associate's Instagram live broadcast began circulating online. Now, we know he had an incident with a firearm at a strip club about 2 months ago, and he was suspended for 8 games. And he went on a whole media tour, apologizing to everyone. And he even sat down with Adam Silver, and him and Adam Silver had a man-to-man conversation. The NBA commissioner, for those who don't know, and Adam told him the severity of, kind of and having guns just so careless, wave them around, and how dangerous things could have been. You could have gotten injured, you could have injured someone else, someone could have gotten killed, all of these different things. So the Grizzlies announced on Sunday that they were suspending Morant from all team activities, while the NBA confirmed a formal investigation into the incident. So we think that his punishment is going to be pretty heavy. What do you think should happen to Ja Morant? He also was in like a quick rehab for like 96 hours, or therapy session, or whatever it was that he went to for 96 hours after the initial incident. Now, we know he's had several other incidents, from pulling a gun out allegedly on a 17-year-old during a game. There was supposedly some type of laser that came from his car in Indianapolis. There was a couple other incidents. He's 23 years old, superstar talent. What do you think should happen to Ja Morant, Ma?
Okay, I'm not really sure about what should happen to him, but I'll
Mm-hmm.
tell you what I think will happen. What I think will happen is dependent upon his importance to his team.
He's the
However,
best player on the team.
okay,
He's one
well,
of the best players in the league.
okay, so let me just say this to you, just based on that assessment of his talent and his skills and his value to the team, not much is going to happen to him. Okay. He's going to get, obviously, he's going to get some type of punishment, but it's not going to be nearly enough because of his value to the team. His punishment is going to be mitigated because the team will need him. We know that he is making a lot of money. We know that the team needs him and wants him, and his punishment is unfortunately not going to be much. And it
Well,
should be pretty severe. I don't think so. I don't
well,
think it's going to be much.
well. What I'm going to say, Matt, is that the NBA's punishment and the team's punishment are two different things. So the team
Well, in
can say,
totality, I
right.
mean, I understand that they're two, specific entities.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that I think in totality, because of his value to the team, he will not suffer as much as a player of lesser talent. And that's how I feel. Because
Well,
that's what I've seen
mhm.
historically with all of these players when they get into trouble. It just really depends on their talent to the team.
Well, I
Their
think
value, I mean, their talent and value to the team. And that's what I've seen,
I think
unfortunately.
you know what, Matt? I think there's a lot of things going into play there. Unfortunately, we have a lot of politicians who are, gun supporters, who they have the NRA in their back pocket. Unfortunately, whether I'm not going to even go into, we know what state we live in, okay, and we know how they roll. With Ja Morant, I think the difference is that he's very young, and he thinks this is funny and this is cool, and oh, I'm a gangster and blah 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 blah. Listen, not only can you get yourself hurt, you can get the people around you hurt by doing
Well,
by behaving that
and
way.
also he appears to be
And
very stupid. He
he
appears to be extremely
he
stupid.
doesn't appear to be the brightest person in the world. Like I said, he's 23. I'm gonna give him that. He's 23 and has some maturity, some maturing to do. But I think that they are going to try and set an example at this point, because not only because of himself,
Everything's going on in the
but
country.
because, yes,
all
everything
the
that's going
shootings
on, the
and so forth.
sensitivity,
Well, that's
and
why I say he's stupid because he should be sensing that kind of thing too. That
mhm,
might make the difference.
mhm,
I agree with you. That would be the one caveat. That
mhm.
might be the
And
one
he's not bigger than the
thing that
NBA.
makes the difference.
Listen, he's not bigger.
No,
He's
he is
not as
not.
big as
He
my.
is
He's
not.
not
That
as
is
big as
correct.
LeBron. And LeBron, and as much as
Right.
we love LeBron, LeBron isn't bigger than the NBA.
Of course. No, no, no,
LeBron
no player
retires,
is.
when LeBron
Right.
retires,
He'll be somebody
he'll be
else. Of
somebody else.
course. Of
He's not
course.
bigger than Steph Curry, and those are the
Right.
two
Of course.
biggest people.
Of course.
He's not
Right.
bigger than KD. All these people.
Of
So
course.
you know,
No
um,
player is bigger than the game. And I hope that you're right. You may be right, and I hope that you're right because of the national tone and all the things and the pandemic of
mhm,
mass shootings in this country.
mhm.
Maybe they'll come down on them a little harder than they would under other circumstances. Maybe they're finally going to try to send a message.
But
I
what
hope.
I but what I will say, Ma, I think it's like 230 something $1 million contract that he signed, and then he has Nike, and then is it
Yeah,
Grubhub or
yeah,
Powerade? Either I don't know
yes,
why I said Grubhub.
yes. And, and
Um,
and and I'm sure that they have ways that they could take that money away from him if he screws up enough.
but let me say this, Ja, I am rooting for you. You are extremely talented. However, just because you are talented doesn't mean that you don't have a boss to answer to. And everybody's saying, oh, well, he may have not broken a law. They did investigation, da da da. That's fine. But when someone is paying you millions of dollars and you are employed by them, then they get to say what type of image that they want portrayed for their brand and for their company. And that is 100% correct. I'm paying you almost $250 million to represent my brand. Forget that's just the NBA. I'm not talking about Nike and the other, brands, okay? So all I'm going to say is I'm going to wish him luck, but I do believe he deserves to be punished at least 25 games if we have to put a numerical value on it, enough
Right,
to
right.
affect the team, enough
I
for the
got you.
team to feel it.
Right,
So,
right.
but
Yeah.
good luck, Ja. After this, you need some serious
Ja,
therapy.
you're right. Ja, you're a big fool and you've been given a wonderful opportunity. And I just hope you don't blow it because right now you're behaving just like a complete fool.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour podcast, streaming on most platforms.